Welcome and thanks for listening to Four Things to Know, an open line podcast produced by the City of Auburn. Each week, we'll take a few minutes to walk you through events, street closures, and important dates you should know about as Auburn residents. This is the Public Affairs team from the City of Auburn coming to you once again with Four Things. This week, we've got a special guest subbing in for Cynthia. We've got Gabby from Parks and Rec, so we'll start with Gabby. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Gabby Filgo. I'm the Community and Special Programs Administrator for Auburn Parks and Recreation.
Great. Cynthia is is at a conference this week, right? So we're having Gabby come over to talk to us about some Parks and Rec stuff. Allison?
And I am Allison Blankenship, the Public Affairs Neighborhood Specialist.
I'm David Dorton, Director of Public Affairs.
And I'm Nick Bowman, the Public Affairs Specialist. So we're going to start this week with a bit, not so much an event coming up, but just an announcement from yesterday. It's a big deal for Auburn. Yesterday we celebrated the opening of ALBX, a $120 million data center that opened in Auburn. It's going to give businesses and public entities in Alabama a technological edge and enhance access to high-speed internet. I mean, that's obviously been a very big priority of the Alabama legislature this year and in previous years. It's been a big priority in Alabama, evidenced by the fact that Governor Ivey was there. Auburn University President Jay Gooch was there. We had several other dignitaries that participated in that ribbon cutting as well as city officials. So the business was founded by several Auburn businessmen, and the idea behind it is that it's a secure multi-tenant data center. It's going to help bring technological parity to underserved communities throughout the state. And it's expected to bring a lot of business, not just to Auburn, but to East Alabama and the state as a whole. The way that it also works is that this is going to be a 40,000 square foot facility. It's over on West Sanford Avenue. It includes some customer office space, conference rooms, and tenant equipment storage. There's been a really big emphasis in that business in particular, given the times that we're living in, on cybersecurity. So there's a lot of federal regulations, especially for folks who do any kind of federal contracting, coming out as far as cybersecurity standards. The facility was built and operates with that in mind. So it's going to be a pretty big resource for, again, not just Auburn, but the region and the state. I know that we at the city and others in the community are very, very excited about them opening. So yeah, good news yesterday for the city. So moving on, Gabby,
Hi.
What you got coming up?
Well, we have 3 Easter events coming up through Auburn Parks and Recreation, so I'll try to be quick with them. Our first one is our inaugural Breakfast with the Bunny event, Saturday, April 9th at Kiesel Park. This event is for children ages 3 and under. However, it is currently sold out, but you can get your name on the wait list. And our wait list right now is not terribly long. So I would say if you're interested, go ahead and put your name on the wait list, because you never know what could happen, especially with little kids 3 and under. Might be a reason someone can't come. So please put your name on the wait list, and we'd love to have you at that event. Our second event is our second annual Excellent Easter Scavenger Hunt, and that will start Saturday, April 9th and go through Wednesday, April 13th. And this is a strictly online scavenger hunt. And so we will post a clue on our new Facebook page on those days at 8 a.m. That clue will lead you to one of our parks or facilities. Once you get there, you'll scan the QR code on the Easter egg that you find, and it will then lead you to more Easter eggs throughout the park or facility. And at the end, you can enter your name on the form into a drawing, and we will draw the winners on Thursday. So each person, if you participate every day, you have up to 5 opportunities to enter your name. And so we will draw those names Thursday, and 5 lucky winners will get a $25 gift card to a local business.
That sounds super fun.
Yeah,
to do with
it's
your
really
family.
fun, and it was something we wanted to do to kind of engage the older kids.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of people participate last year, and it was a really good time. So
Awesome.
hopefully people will get out there and the weather will be good and enjoy it this year as well. And finally, of course, we have our 42nd annual Easter egg hunt, and that is sponsored by Ace Hardware this year. We're so grateful to them. And that's going to be Saturday, April 16th, with a rain date of Sunday, April 17th. And that is open to ages 0 to 10. And we will break down each hunting field by age group. So we have 0 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 8, and 9 to 10. And the event starts at 10 a.m. The first egg hunt will be at 10:15 a.m. And so just make sure you know what field your child is supposed to be at any given time. And we've got tons of prizes available for those that find eggs. And then we have 10 grand prizes per field available as well. And we have some big fun Easter baskets full of goodies for those that find the grand prize eggs. The one thing I want to mention is we are requiring registration for the Easter egg hunt. We did that last year. People seem to really like it. It cut down on the chaos a little bit. So please register for the Easter egg hunt. We have plenty of space available still. We're taking lots of kids, more kids than we took last year. So please register, and we're not going to allow anyone to walk up that day. So just make sure you do that. It's completely free to participate. So
awesome.
No problem there.
And will the Easter bunny be at the Easter egg hunt?
Of course. We will have the bunny at the Easter egg hunt and at Breakfast with the Bunny, of course. So he's going to have a busy couple weekends.
Yes.
What kind of task is that for you guys to get that place set up with all of those eggs? How many hours and people do y'all?
Well, I will say when the event was open to just everyone that wanted to show up that morning, it was a much bigger task because we put out many, many, many more eggs. And we would actually get in the back of a pickup truck and sit, and we would chuck the eggs off the back of the pickup truck. That was really fun. That was a good stress reliever for us. This is not quite as involved, but we do still have fun going out there with all the eggs and just kind of like throwing them up in the air, and they just scatter everywhere. So we'll do a lot of the work Friday, and then also Saturday morning. We just have to get there very early because the eggs that have candy in them obviously cannot go out until the morning of, because it's a dog park and we don't want dogs eating our eggs.
Yeah.
But it's a fun event. I really enjoy it. So
Well, awesome.
yeah.
Well, and you mentioned a rain date. So if you do have to implement the rain date, people can find out about that by following Auburn Parks and Recreation on their new social channels.
Yes, we're so excited. We have our own social media channels for Parks and Recreation, so we can give you guys all the information you need about our events and give you more in-depth information about our programs.
Yeah.
So we're really excited.
Yeah, and these channels launched, was it last week?
Yes.
Yes. And it is at COA Parks and Rec on Facebook and Instagram. We will put that little link in the show notes for those who want to click that and go check them out. But it really is a great place for us to just dive a little deeper into everything that Parks and Recreation does. I mean, you guys, I was listening to the video you guys put out, and you have over 200 programs, over 50 events each year. And I mean, there's just a lot going on. So if people want to stay in the know about athletics, cultural arts programs, and 50 plus activities, then that's a great place to connect and learn a little bit more about what's going on.
I also want to mention, Allison, thank you for saying that, because you can find all of these Easter events on that new channel, and the link to create an account and register is right there. So very easy. Just go visit us on Facebook and then find the link.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
And that's been a long time coming. I know we've been talking about that for a while.
So excited.
And now, so that we've got Public Safety, Auburn Public Library, and Auburn Parks and Rec all on social media, in addition to the main city channel now. So whatever information you want, follow everybody, and you can find it there. This week I wanted to mention there's a new traffic signal about to become operational on East Glen and Skyway Drive. This is very close to the Opelika city limits, very close to the Indian Hills Road and the Indian Hills subdivision. But there's a sort of an office park on one side of the road and a residential development underway on the other side of the road. So this traffic light will be needed as all of that comes into play. It's there now. It's in flash mode, and it will be turned on just normal operation on Monday, April 4th. So if you drive that way every day, you've seen it already, but folks that don't go that way all the time, just be aware that there's a new red light there that you need to take into account.
Sounds great. I think that's all we've got this week. Anybody have any parting thoughts? Nope.
Thank you for having me. I'm
Yes.
so honored to be
thanks
Cynthia.
For coming.
It's a big honor.
Well, good. We're glad to have you, Gabby. Thanks for subbing in. I think that is it from us this week. We'll be back with you next week. Thanks for listening to Four Things to Know, an open line podcast produced by the City of Auburn. If you're looking for more news, events, and dates to know about coming up in Auburn, visit news.auburnalabama.org. You can also check out our show notes for the links and URLs discussed in this episode.